Welcome to Behind the Algorithm. Each episode, I sit down with marketers from different industries to uncover what actually happens behind campaigns, content, and the data. Whether you're trying to break into the industry, learn something new, or understand the ever-changing landscape, Behind the Algorithm is here to inspire and start new conversations. Welcome back to Behind the Algorithm, and today we have Liv with us. Liv is a marketing and comms lead. So, can you tell us a bit about your role and what you do?
So I work as a sole marketer in a recruitment company. I manage the socials for the actual company itself and then the individual LinkedIn profiles for the consultants. I kind of work as a bit of a ghost poster. A lot of their stuff, they'll know their sectors and then they'll come to me and we'll kind of come up with something together, but I'll be the brains behind it. But yeah, and I also work on internal comms, whether that be like advertising, promoting like socials or events within the company. But it's a really good thing for like the community aspect of the company. And I've found since I've started, a lot of more people across different divisions are coming together more often because it's got that connect now. So yeah, that's what I do.
Because we've got quite similar roles, so this is quite interesting to see in our perspective as well.
Yes.
So, what uni society were you running social accounts for, and how did you manage that on top of your uni course?
Oh, I love this question. So I was in a musical theatre society at uni, and it was called On Stage at Man Met. You can still search them up and go support. But yeah, they were just like anybody from any kind of background, any sort of talent. I'd say talent level, any sort of experience level, should I say, can come join. We put on like licensed productions. So my year we did Grease, and I choreographed Grease, which was fun. And basically what the role entailed, so a publicity officer, I managed the socials for the society. I worked on like, I say out of home, but obviously it's out of home because it's a uni society. But you know what I mean, like posters, digital posters, stuff like that for the show promotion and programs, which was my favourite thing to do because I did it. Because obviously Grease set in high school, I did it in a yearbook design.
That's cool.
So all the characters, like there's little write-ins in that the other characters would have put in. It's like building that world of lore. I love building lore. That's one of my things. Like when I talk about campaigns, like on LinkedIn and stuff, I love when they build lore around a particular IP.
Yeah.
So I tried to do that with that role. And yeah, it was I'd say challenging to an extent on top of uni work because I joined the society in year one, and then third year I went for committee and I got in. And on top of like committee, I was also in the creative team, which was a lot. I would not recommend. It was one of like the best things I've ever done. I was so proud, but it was a lot of work.
Yeah. Was that your last year of uni as well?
Yeah, so I was as well. I was writing my dissertation, finishing assignments and stuff. So I was doing that on top of assignments and uni stuff, and it did get a lot, but it was because I enjoyed it so much. It didn't feel like a burden.
Yeah.
So it was. Yeah, I'm so glad I did it, and I would recommend anyone who's wanting to start out. If there's like a uni society, it could be anything. There's uni societies for literally anything, like Taylor Swift Society or I don't know, cheese and wine or whatever.
Yeah.
They'll need to be like a publicity or a sort of comms officer. Just get in there because it looks great on your CV, and it helped me get my job currently. Because when I was going through the interview process, the people who were interviewing me, they had a big interest in musical theatre as well. So it's just something that you can. I mean, it's not going to happen everywhere, but it's something that you can discuss, and it's an easy in.
Yeah, and it also gives you, because trying to get like a summer internship or any experience while you're at uni is so difficult
It's
anyway.
tricky, yeah.
And it gives you another opportunity. You know, it's on campus. You don't have to travel far to do it. Sometimes you might do if you need to, do some campaign writing. But did you have to write a manifesto for it when you like submit?
I did. So because my course was already advertising and branding, it kind of fit. And and I kind of use that as a bit of a, I already study it, so it makes sense. I think, yeah, the manifesto, like obviously the members of the society have to vote, so you're not guaranteed to get in, but it's just something, just putting yourself out there as well, and it's great for your confidence. You obviously have to work in the committee at that point as well, so I was in charge of the show, like picking the show with the committee, getting the rights, getting staging and working with tech, and it was a lot. It's a lot. I would recommend maybe doing it in second year because things aren't as intense, but you kind of have an idea of what society you want to be in and stuff. So, but yeah, I definitely recommend it. And I actually didn't even mention this, but my favourite thing that I ever did, we were doing the promo for Grease, and Grease is just such a fun show. Anyone who doesn't like musicals will probably like it.
Yeah.
Anyone who's a musical theatre fan will probably like it. It's one of those like in-betweeny ones. In Manchester, there's a diner, and I wanted to get the characters, so our main principal cast, to dress up in their costumes, go to the diner, and we took promo pictures, and that's still available, like to see on. I think it might be on my LinkedIn. I'm not sure, but it's on the socials still. And it was like I got a photographer to come and do it, and we had to like make sure permission was. It was really, really fun though. It was one of the best days.
It just gives you that bit more of experience as well,
Yeah,
especially like
definitely.
after you've left uni. You can be like, I've done this and that, so that when you go to your next company or something, you already know how to do it because you've done it. How was the change from working on your uni socials to working in recruitment marketing?
Everything. Like it was a complete switch up. I'm going to be so honest. I didn't know the first thing about. I didn't even know what recruitment was. Like when I went for my first interview, I was basically getting taught what recruitment was. I just applied for so many jobs. Like I think once I'd finished like lectures and stuff, and I was starting to write my dissertation up, I was just on the hunt. I was like, it was a new full-time role, finding a job. So I was just applying to every single thing that came up. If people aren't on LinkedIn looking for jobs, what are you doing? Genuinely, just it all comes up. There's easy apply. Get yourself on there. Your skills will match up, so you kind of know which ones will be appropriate. But I was just applying for everything. So this recruitment one came up. I didn't even know what it was. I was just like, oh, it was actually a marketing and operational executive role to begin with.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I originally applied for. But once the interview process went on and we kind of established what my strengths would be, that's when it changed to a marketing and comms lead instead.
Yeah.
It just the way that it kind of, how I fit, it just kind of took a little bit of a, what's the word? Diversion.
There you
go. But yeah, it was completely different. Like I was going from making content for uni students in Manchester to big exec level people internationally. Do you know what I mean? So it's a completely different audience. And you're also working with consultants in different markets that I've never worked in before in my life. So like mining or software, like you are doing different things, and you learn so much as you go on. I feel like being in a company, you just pick stuff up. But yeah, it was a big change. And TikTok now for our company just isn't utilised, whereas for society, of course, it would be.
Yeah.
But I guess that's just what comes with having different audiences.
That's the thing. You use different platforms for certain things. Like you probably wouldn't have used LinkedIn that much for your society, but you would for recruitment.
LinkedIn is like their main platform now. So yeah, and I had absolutely no experience on LinkedIn either. I just had to kind of pick that up as I went. Looking back, I'm thinking, how did I get that job? I must have been the uni society that got it there, but yeah.
So are you the only person sort of doing marketing for your company as well?
Currently, yeah. So my manager, he's kind of operational, so he overlooks everything sort of behind the scenes. Very busy guy. So he kind of wanted to bring someone on to manage the marketing, so he would have more time for other things. So yeah, at the minute it is just me doing it, and do you know what? It's nice having like because your say kind of goes a lot of the time, so it's not. I mean, it can come with its downfalls because obviously sometimes you don't have anything to work off anybody else.
Yeah.
And where you'd be used to in uni having like a team, you don't have that anymore. It's just you. So I'm still kind of getting to grips with that element of it, but yeah, it's challenging because I'm completely new into the industry, but you have to just kind of have confidence in your own work.
Yeah. We're in the exact same
Still,
position. So my manager's an operations manager,
yes,
and she was doing the marketing for the whole company.
yeah,
And so they wanted to bring someone on. And it's weird when when you're at uni, you're doing things other people, even if you're doing projects, you're still with other people. I mean, you do obviously your own projects and stuff, but
yeah,
a lot of it is teamwork because they want you to work with other people.
yes,
But as soon as you go into a role where no one else is doing what you're doing, I felt like I was, and I'm grateful for it, but I felt like I was put right in the deep end.
yeah,
But I
absolutely,
think that's the best way because that's how you learn and you learn it
yes,
quicker.
yeah. I feel like if you were in like an agency setting where everybody's marketing, um, you have that opportunity to really brainstorm with people.
Yeah.
But with that, maybe you'd rely on your own ideas, maybe less. You wouldn't have as
Yeah.
much confidence in it because you're like, I'm new. These people have been here for 20 years. Why should they listen to me?
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah. I feel like it gives you a bit more of a confidence boost as well because
Yeah,
you have to be independent with it
yeah.
and you just have to go with it. But
It's
I
it's
think,
one of those traits that I think will do you well in the long run.
yeah,
Definitely.
definitely. So how did you find your role and how did you find the transition?
What, from uni to the new role?
Yeah.
Um, to be honest, the role itself, I mean, because I live and breathe marketing, that bit was pretty easy. The what I really struggled with was like the social aspect of it, getting to know new people. You're not like forced together like you are in uni. So like in uni, you're all in the same position, you're all new, you're put into this cohort, and there you are, 3 years go.
Yeah.
But for a work environment when other people have been there 10, 20 years and you're new, people have already established friends and stuff. It's it's very tricky. It's funny now because I'm friends with everybody at work now, so it feels strange. But I only started in August of 2025, and I could honestly say I didn't have any friends, like actual friends, until like the end of September, October.
Oh,
Um, I was so shy, so shy. I just thought, and as well because I wasn't a recruiter, I wasn't in a team with anybody else. I was on my own anyway. So it's like I had no excuse to really like, oh, what business are you working on? Because why would I care?
yeah.
And like you were speaking about marketing, but a lot of people um, didn't buy in to marketing in general, so didn't buy into me as extension if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, a lot I just genuinely didn't speak, and it's not I'm not slagging off anybody in the company who didn't speak to me because everybody's in the same boat. It's like this is a new person,
Yeah.
somebody has to make that first move, but it was not going to be me. I was terrified. But it was
So
nice
what?
weather when I started, so I used to just go to the park and sit and eat my lunch. I had a really bad experience in the park once. Centre of Leeds can be crazy. You never know what you're going to see.
Yeah.
Or so this guy comes in with a snake around his neck and sits on
Yeah.
the grass,
Okay, so you really don't
starts
expect that.
peeling off the skin onto the grass while I'm
What's
eating my sandwich.
the snake skin?
Yeah. And then
No.
another time, I was sitting under a tree because it's a bit of a shade, and a bird just shat on my sandwich. Sorry, am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, so I opened my sandwich box. I sound like such a nerd. I opened my sandwich box, and yeah, a bird just pooed on my sandwich. So I went to Taco Bell instead.
Wow.
Oh well.
Right. Oh wow, it's okay. I'll just have to Taco Bell. They always say bird poo is good luck. I don't see how that's good luck in any way, shape, or form.
Not when I couldn't eat my sandwich.
No, it's
If
like
it
ruined your
landed
lunch.
next to me, then yeah, fair. But
Yeah. Wow, that's yeah, that's a lot.
yeah, and I think as well with the transition side of it, social aspect was hard. But I think because I was kind of working as the community officer, I mean that's not official, but kind of.
Yeah,
Um, you wear so many hats. You know this. Everybody knows
yeah,
this. We hear this so much, but you are so many different people. Um, but because I worked on the community sort of side of it, I had to create like socials, and I didn't know anyone. So I made like quizzes. I made like ideas for socials and activities and stuff. And I was like, "Oh, I'm basically making this for people I don't even know," which was tricky. But
yeah.
when socials started happening and we all went out, and drinking obviously helps a little bit.
I think that's quite big in recruitment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just a bit. Yeah, just a bit. I mean, it works. It works for me, but I understand it can be a bit intense. But yeah, and Centre of Leeds, you've got so many options for places, venues, and stuff. So that was fine. And now I have so many friends. I'm so popular.
Oh, love that for you.
But I think as well, like the transition from uni, I was in uni like 3 times a week, and now I'm full time 5 days a week.
Yeah.
That was a big transition. I used to think, how on earth am I going to get into full time work? I'm so stressed out as it was. No, you're not. Get a grip. I what was I doing? I was like uni 3 days a week. The other 2 days, I don't know. Genuinely, I don't know what I was doing.
You look back and you're like, where was I going? Was I in bed? Was I actually doing anything?
I was in Fallowfield doing something, but who knows?
Half the time it's like, well, I feel maybe not in third year. I can't say anything about third year because I haven't been into third year, especially second year. I'd be like, I was in all day Monday, all day Tuesday. And then thankfully, Wednesdays and Thursdays, I didn't have anything because obviously Wednesday, I don't know if it's the same for you, but Wednesdays is our sports night.
Yes, yeah,
Yes. So Thursdays for me, I'd be like, what am I doing? Half the time I'm hungover in bed. I probably don't get up till about 2 p.m.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, when we had socials, because we had society twice a week, we had it on a Monday and a Thursday night. So Wednesdays was completely free for me. I had nothing to do on Wednesdays. So that was usually my time. I'd go for Trafford Centre, go shopping, or go into centre town and do something. I genuinely don't know what I was doing. I was just used to go into town and do something.
Yeah.
When it got to like the end of third year and we had to start knuckling down with stuff, it started getting sunny, of course.
Oh,
So like
obviously.
you'd be writing you just well, oh, this is so bad. I probably sound like a really bad uni student. I wasn't. I got a first in the end, but it's like my friends who I lived with, like my best friends, like at uni, they were we met through society again. Society is for the win, but yeah, best friends I met at uni. They used to be at the kitchen table during the day, every day, writing their dissertation. I say writing their dissertation,
Yeah.
and I would be in the back courtyard, sunbathing.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, Liv, do you think you should start writing your dissertation? I was like, I've got ages yet. What do you mean?
What are you stressing for? It's fine.
What are you stressing for?
But it all works out in the end because you got first.
It all worked out in the end. I actually don't know how it all happened, but it did. But yeah, it just started getting so nice. And we had a park near us in Fallowfield and a massive pond in the middle. So we used to just go for picnics and stuff. I used to have to drag them out of the house to go for picnics though, because they did not want to leave their floor, which I get. I was distracted. I was very distracting.
You were probably the girl. We used to have this. We'd always be like, if we're in the library and one of our housemates walked in, we're like, oh, here comes a distraction. You know they're coming and you won't get work done.
That was me. I still am that. I still am that. At work, I'm like that.
But it's fine. You sometimes need a bit of a conversation. You need a bit of downtime. So while being at uni, do you think it's essential to gain a summer internship or work experience?
Yeah, I do. I think I know it's hard. I get it, but I do think it's essential. A uni degree. I feel like everybody will know this. It's not enough anymore.
Yeah.
Getting into marketing is really competitive. and you just need anything to get yourself ahead. So, I mean, I say fortunate. I was fortunate to get it, but it was all my own work to get it. It wasn't just like handed to me on a plate. Um, in Leeds, there's a lot of agencies, so I was just emailing. I was just cold emailing at that point and bringing. You just have to put yourself out there. At the time, I wasn't really utilising LinkedIn, but I definitely would now, because that's just the best way to put yourself, especially for like talent managers and HR. Obviously, we know in recruitment that's how it works. So it's like if they're interested in getting someone in for the summer, they're going to be like searching and they're going to be on there. So I definitely utilise LinkedIn. But getting that, even if it's a month, I was in my summer internship for a month. It was just July, and it was probably I learned more in that month. I don't want to say I learned more in that month than uni, but it was you get in action learning.
Yeah,
It's
it's all
not just
valuable experience.
yeah,
Yeah.
100%. You're working on different things, and I was lucky enough to get into an agency where it was you were working on a few different clients, and I was on the social media team, and we would have a brainstorming session. That was so fun. Like I love doing that, and I don't get that in my job now because who am I brainstorming with? Do you know what I mean? But brainstorming sessions, and you'd come up with fun campaigns and sort of discuss stuff to send to the art team, and it would be really fun. And you'd find the culture at agencies. I don't know if it's like that everywhere, but mine was quite a small agency, so every team kind of knew each other quite well, and you weren't, or you'll send it to art, but you won't see them until next week. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like that, and we were all in office as well. It was a 4-day week every week though at that particular agency, which was very nice.
Yeah.
Like everybody had a 4-day week. You either got a Monday or a Friday off. So
Oh,
it was so you were always in office. So for
Yeah.
me, I had Fridays off. So I was in the office Monday to Thursday, but I'd get Friday off. So that was
Yeah.
very nice. But yeah, it's just like hands-on experience that you just won't get at uni. And I understand it's tricky to get. I'm aware, but cold calling, even doing some freelance stuff. So it's like small. So for example, my friend has a nail business, and I just started doing some content for her Instagram.
Yeah, it's just little bits here and there, like,
Yeah.
and you always know someone. There'll always be someone you know of, or like your friends know of, that will need some sort of help with social media. Because there's so many people now that start their own businesses or do little things on the side that need social, and you need social media to promote that. So
100%. Yeah. But gaining that experience at uni through a society is also an easy win. Like, I know you've got to actually join a society and pay a membership, but the experience you'll gain is second to none. And also being in a committee, like that's you're in charge of a whole society. That shows leadership. But I don't know where I read it, but I had like a interview kind of CV prep with a HR talent sort of acquisition manager from an agency in Manchester. We were lucky enough to get a session there, and she kind of said that whilst leadership is an important skill, because you're going in entry level, that's not exactly what they're looking for. So don't put too much emphasis on the leadership thing. Put emphasis on how you work as a team, how you work as somebody who can take criticism or feedback well, and how you take that into the next step, because then that's going to show progression. So yeah, that's something that stuck with me as well. So I don't really go heavy with the leadership when I was going for my job. I just kind of went with the can take feedback and that sort of thing.
What's one part of being a marketing and comms lead that you love doing?
I love when I do a piece of content for somebody and we get like real feedback, like positive feedback. So, for example, one of my consultants, we do like a bit of a series. So we comment on stuff that's going on in the sector, and we get a lot of her sort of network commenting, saying this is an excellent post, really insightful. I love how you break things down, stuff like that. And also, the the series format works quite well, because we've actually had clients and candidates reach out and say, oh, I recognise you from your series on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
So it's like establishing that sort of thing. It doesn't work for everybody, and it doesn't work for every market, and I'm not going to claim it does, but we've seen a lot of like recognition from it, and I think that's so important when it comes into recruitment, because then it shows that I'm not just making content for the sake of it, making content.
Yeah.
And I will say sometimes I can get a bit silly. I would find any way to get a meme in somehow, but it doesn't work for every market, and that's just how it is. But I love memes. But sometimes I think, is this valuable? Probably not.
But sometimes the outcome of them on LinkedIn actually is a lot more positive than you think it would be.
Yeah, I kind of use my LinkedIn as a bit of a guinea pig. So the other week, you might have seen it, I was posting insights from the Canva Create convention thing. I watched the whole thing the day after, because I'm not in Australia. I wasn't going to watch it at 9 o'clock at night. And watched it all. I made notes. I kind of put the notes into some sort of something that made sense. And then I utilised the new Canva 2.0 AI tool, where it can basically just bosh out a whole carousel if needs be.
Yeah.
And I didn't use any like manual editing. I just used prompts. That post, I swear to God, it got like 10 reactions. I was so upset. I was like, what on earth is going on? Like, this is LinkedIn is meant to value valuable posts, and that was a valuable post, in my opinion. But clearly not. And then I got in a bit of a paddy, and I posted a meme of a man crying. And I said, my LinkedIn posts are flopping. Please feel sorry for me. And that got a lot of engagement.
It's just ridiculous, isn't it? I remember that I was going through my March analytics on LinkedIn, and was just seeing, what posts really did well. I had some that you always have some in your head where you think, right, I really want them to do well because I've put so much effort into it. It's really valuable, and they just don't get engagement. And I think, why do people not find it valuable? I find it valuable, so why don't others do it?
It's just not getting published.
No. And then I post a meme and it got like 300 likes. I thought, how? It took me 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Mental.
It's tricky because it's like the memes do work, but this is a marketing network that I've got. So they're going to be a lot different to a law network or a construction network. Like, you've got to think of the audience. So sometimes I go ahead with it anyway and see if it works. And it's very random. It's very, very random. I'm still trying to figure out the algorithm to this day, and I can't.
I feel like it's impossible sometimes.
It's horrible. It's really bad. I love LinkedIn. It's my baby, but not the algorithm.
I always say this. I feel like an algorithm is a man that you can't chase. It's like you're talking to a guy and then he vanishes and then he comes back and then he vanishes again. And it's like, okay, so my posts are going out. This one did really well. But a month later, I could do something really similar and it just doesn't hit.
Mixed signals, that's what it is.
Yeah,
very signals. You just think, what's the point? There is a point. You're going to get the man in the end.
Yeah, you just don't know when.
It's the chase. Brilliant.
How do you plan what you're going to post on LinkedIn, and how do you fit it around your role?
On my personal LinkedIn,
yeah,
I don't plan. I don't have a content calendar or anything. It is pretty much anything that comes into my head, I just bosh it out. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Like, once I was moaning about an email marketing thing. It was the whole fake apology thing, and it was driving me mad. Or the oops, like, how did we leak this? Internal comms kind of thing. I'm just like, it was bothering me. And I had you can see it on LinkedIn. Like I made it quite clear who the brand was. But I had 3 consecutive emails from the same company in the same morning, basically like, guys, who let this go out? So I moaned about it on LinkedIn and that popped off.
Yeah.
And I got really scared because the founder of the said company commented.
Well, people were just voicing their opinions. You know, some
Yeah, it's all
like
opinions.
yeah, some campaigns people absolutely love, some people don't.
Yeah.
I was talking about the Molly May, like when her shoes came out
Yeah.
last month, and I was talking to someone about it, and one girl agreed with me and one girl didn't. Like everyone's got so many different opinions
Yeah.
on everything.
I think maybe because I was taking quite a moaning sort of tone, maybe that's why it popped off. But sometimes, like yesterday, I was listening to the radio in the office and the Weetabix advert came up. You know the Britain has not been great of late. The potholes,
Yeah.
VAR, but they're not eating enough Weetabix. And I love that campaign. I think it's brilliant. It's really funny. Well, it isn't, but it is. Like VAR is so funny. That's so funny. Anyway, and I put it on LinkedIn, and I think I've got like 100 impressions.
You just never know
I know.
what is going to take off and what's not. It's just
So the stuff that comes to my head is just not. Maybe it's not as good as I think it is, but it goes out anyway.
yeah, who cares?
Um,
It's still going to go on LinkedIn.
yeah, I went to New York. You might have seen on LinkedIn a lot. I talk about New York a lot because I love it.
It's the
I
whole
went.
city.
It was just everything. I went over Christmas. So I went in between Christmas and New Year's, and I spent New Year's in New York.
So we were there
And
at the same time. Yeah.
whoa, stop!
We went on Boxing Day.
We, how did you get a flight out? All
We were
ours
the
cancelled.
we were the last flight out in the
Oh my
morning.
goodness! And it was just everything. You would have seen it. It was just everything. Um, I fell in love with the place. So I used to do a lot of LinkedIn content around that because it's such a fast-paced, creative vibe there. It just inspired a lot in my head, and I just used to bosh some stuff out. The you would have seen it on Fifth Avenue. You know the Louis Vuitton trunks.
Oh, I was obsessed with that. It was everything I'd seen on social media and more.
Yeah, it was no words. I have no words. It's just one of those things. Like, I mean, it would have cost a fortune to put that up,
I
but
bet.
anyway, they have money.
Yeah.
There was even one picture that I got, and we kind of strayed away from Midtown, and we were going to West Village, so like Sex and the City,
Yeah.
right? And we were going past this sandwich shop, and you could tell it was sandwiches because on the wall, so obviously the sandwich shop was on the bottom, and on the wall it was a massive yellow arrow, huge yellow arrow saying sandwiches down.
Nice. Easy
So
marketing
I
done.
liked it a lot.
Yeah.
That was fun. I also just found a lot of places had like nice, like purpose done graffiti, and it just looks
Yeah.
sick. And every corner is a new story. Oh, I sound like such a nerd.
No, I completely agree
I
with you.
love
I
it.
never thought about it so much, but New York is the place for marketing. Like it just is.
Yeah. I fell in love, and I come back to the office. I bought this naff little "I love New York" pen, and I would just used to write with that. And people were like, "Oh, did you go to New York?" I was like, "Yeah." They were like, "We wouldn't have known. You've not mentioned it about 100 times." I even put it in the newsletter just to make sure everyone was aware that I
Yeah.
went. I posted it on LinkedIn like 10 times. Spoke in the office about it. Came back with all the merch.
As you should though.
It was great. It was so good.
What do you wish someone would have told you before you started your journey into marketing?
I actually don't know. I actually wasn't gonna go into marketing. It was only in my first year of college that I thought, oh yeah, that's maybe something I'd want to do. I had absolutely no idea what I wanted to do. I'd gone through about 4 different careers in my head that I can't even begin to imagine myself doing, like a midwife. What was I thinking? So
Very,
random.
very different.
So rogue. Anyway, I just thought I did a quiz I actually did a quiz and I was like, what career should I go into in college? And it came up with marketing. So I was like, oh yeah, look into that.
I
um,
actually love that.
yeah, this is what I mean. It's all kind of just falling into place for me actually. Um, I will say in college, I know this is quite a while ago now, but I just didn't care. I didn't care about school. I didn't really care about working hard until you have a specific goal and then you start working hard, for me anyway. So when I saw the course at my uni that I wanted to do, I was just like, okay, that's it. Like I was
Yeah.
fully for that, and I just worked like really, really hard to get that course, and then of course at uni as well. Um, I feel like maybe giving yourself a goal always is probably a good thing. Because yeah, you go from needing to get into uni to then getting a first at uni to then needing to get a job and then you've got a job and then what then?
Yeah.
What's your next goal? And it's like since I've started at my job, I've always been wanting to continue learning. So maybe just keep learning, keep taking in everything you can. Like courses, there's so many marketing courses, and there's a lot that are promoted on LinkedIn by your network as well. Um, I've actually been looking into this Sky Society, which is in the States. But it's an 8 week kind of program, and you go through different modules, and it helps you just build a really good portfolio. Um, so going forward, if you don't already have a portfolio, and I don't, and that's something I want to really establish. That's my next goal is to build quite a significant portfolio. Um, that's a good way of doing it. Just doing it through a program. Getting like LinkedIn learning certificates,
Yeah, they're good.
good ones. A lot of them, a lot through uni, you can get them. So see if you can get them through uni because then they're not as expensive for you to pay out. Try and get to like expos and stuff. Um, there's a lot of one. There's a few coming up in Manchester. I think there's a few going on down in London. For like social media or B2B or whatever that might be. I think I'm looking into going to a B2B one in Manchester this coming June. So yeah, just keep learning because marketing's never going to stop. It's going to keep developing and keep changing and being creative. It needs to go with the times. So you need to keep learning.
Have you ever had a moment where you seriously doubted yourself or wanted to switch industries?
I've never wanted to switch industries. I think once I'd found it through that quiz, I was like, that's it. I don't want to change. I was really set on it from that quiz.
Yeah.
But I would say there's definitely been times of self-doubt. I would say in my life, like compared to other aspects of my life, which obviously is not relevant to this, but I would say my confidence in my career is probably real like up there compared to other things. And I'd say that I'm a bit delulu when it comes to jobs and career because who says I can't do it? Do you know what I mean? Like it's just okay, and I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I've never kind of doubted that sort of side of it, but I will say like there's definitely been times where you think, oh, maybe I'm not good enough for this. It's like when I went into this new job on my own as a sole marketer, and you're kind of thinking, what am I doing? Like, is anything that I'm doing right? Because the thing is, my manager, he wouldn't claim that he's like a marketing guru, so he's gonna not maybe not get as much out of it as maybe I would. But then, am I doing it right? I'm always questioning myself then, and I'm like, oh
Yeah.
God, like it's hard because you have to have a lot of self confidence in that. I applied for it was pretty recently. I applied for an advertising competition. Where it's like a 12-week sort of thing, and you were working on a different brief each week, and it would have been a really great opportunity to meet agencies and get some real feedback. I applied for that. I didn't get in. I got rejected, and that was a bit of a oh. But I got some really positive feedback. But it makes you feel like you take a step back.
Yeah.
So it can be tricky, but I think every bit of feedback is a lesson to take forward.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely times of self-doubt, but I've never really wanted to change my career. I think if anything, it makes you want to keep going.
Yeah.
If it's clearly not for you, I feel like you'd know before you
Oh,
get into the job. Like at uni, if you don't like marketing, you'll know.
yeah, definitely. 100%. You can tell as well, because especially when you're doing so many different projects or coursework and you're
Yes.
like, I'm just not enjoying this. If you're not enjoying
Mhm.
it at uni, you're not going to enjoy it in a
There's
job.
certain aspects of uni that I didn't enjoy, like the more businessy side of it.
Yeah.
Nah, not for me. PR side of it, I really loved. I seemed to do quite well in the PR ones. But the business side of it, I was like, oh, if this is what marketing is, I aren't doing it.
Yeah.
Anything to do with numbers.
Yeah. No. It also depends on what industry you do marketing in as well, because it's
Yeah.
so different. Well, I
Yes.
find, so I did marketing at an agency which worked on like
Mhm.
fashion brands, and that is
Yes.
so, so different to recruitment marketing.
100%.
Yeah.
And no one ever thinks like when you're in uni and you get to pick a brand for a portfolio or a project, nobody picks a recruitment company.
No.
Like it's not
It
exactly the
doesn't
most
work.
glamorous. Yeah, like B2B, I think is really tricky. Actually, it's not. I say B2C is easy. It's not, but you've got a lot more to work with,
Yeah.
um, and you can utilize more. I think. Whereas with B2B, you have to utilize what you've got, to a certain standard. Otherwise, it's not effective.
Yeah. I
Um,
think working in both, I found B2B a lot more difficult
yeah.
because I also feel like as well, I mean, it can obviously come down to the industry, but B2C, your target audience is probably slightly a little bit more like you can adapt to it a little bit more, as where B2B, you have specific businesses that you need to
Yes.
pitch to. You can't change how they look on certain things. You have to pitch to what exactly they need to see.
Mhm. And it also has to stay to like a professional grade, which is what I not that I struggle with because I can do a professional deck or a professional sort of piece of content. I can do that, but it's not something that I would always go to the more fun option if it was up to
Yeah.
me, like a meme. Not that memes are like I'm saying like meme is like the golden standard. It's not, but it's just like it shows personality. And I have said this to the consultants themselves, and I'd say it on LinkedIn as well. Um, Recruitment is all about people. As much as yeah, you are talking to companies, you are talking to people most of the time, and they're they're going to have their own set of interests and their likes and their dislikes and what they want to take from a new career or whatever. So it's like I always say to the consultants, show your personality on LinkedIn. It doesn't have to be 100% professional because realistically, so some of the lads, there was one instance where one of the lads working in the office, he was a Man United fan, and Michael Carrick had just come in to take over as manager, and they were on this really good sort of set of games,
Yeah.
really good run. And I was saying you could talk about how a new leadership can foster a good sort of team uh, mindset in a new career, and that's something that you can take into recruitment. And he thought it was pathetic. He wasn't a fan of the idea at all because he thought it's not to do with recruitment though. And I was like, no, it's not. But you're talking about something that people in the States, because that's where a lot of our market is, they might not know exactly where Manchester is, but they'll know Manchester from Manchester United.
Yeah.
So that's something you can instantly talk about. That's like, oh, Manchester United, yeah, that's my team.
Yeah.
Something when you're having those initial conversations, you're going to be finding things that you have in common. I had another instance where somebody went fishing, and I was like, speak about fishing. People like your clients and candidates might like fishing, and they
Yeah.
did, and they bonded over it. And it's something like that. You are making connections at the end of the day. Like when we joined the call, we were speaking about various stuff that you just kind of find little, and you find stuff that you have in common. Like we both
Yeah.
work in recruitment, that can happen in other aspects. It's like the musical theatre background that I have. So did my company's CEO.
Yeah.
You know what I
You
mean?
just never
So
know as well. You've just
yeah,
got to
you
put
just
it
don't
out
know.
there.
Yeah, just put it out there, and it's an easy way to get some engagement as well. It's like if somebody God, I can talk about New York all day. If somebody said, "Oh, I'm going to New York" on LinkedIn. Oh, make sure you go to this place. Make sure you go to this place. I'm so excited for you. I can't wait to see the pictures.
Yeah. What's one thing about your job that nobody talks about?
So it depends who we're talking about when we talk about nobody speaks about it. Because I think in the industry, and probably at our level, at sort of an exec level, I say exec level because it's different in the States. Exec level is like your C-suite,
Yeah.
but in this country, it's your sort of entry level. So I mean entry level here. It's how many like hats you have to wear, and how many roles you kind of have to take on.
Yeah.
You are doing a lot and you spread quite thin. However, I do think when you just getting into your career, that's the best thing because you can have a taste of all the different bits
Yeah.
and then you can pick. I actually don't really like doing that side of it, but I do really like doing that side of it. So when you have that sort of conversation with manager or you're looking to progress in your career, you can kind of think, well, I want to do something more focused on that and go forward with that. So yeah, I think people obviously do talk about it. We speak about it in our little community.
Yeah.
But maybe to people who aren't in marketing, they'll probably think marketing is just posting on LinkedIn
Yeah.
and you don't have it, which they're not wrong, but
No.
it comes with other stuff as well, and you have to be
Yeah.
aware of other things. Oh, it's quite tricky to get people to like buy in. When you come
Yeah.
in as like as a new marketeer, um, some people just don't see the value in it at all, and they won't see the value in it until they see 1,000,001 posts go viral. That's not always the goal. So for things to flop, it is a bit of a, oh god, that's an extra like 3 weeks that I'm gonna have to get to persuade somebody to buy in. That if this post went viral, maybe I won't have to use those 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Um,
It's one of those jobs where I think it's people that aren't in marketing, they don't value it as much because they don't.
no,
I've met a lot of people that they don't believe it's a real job, which is like, it's like heart to the, no, that's the wrong way around, dagger to the heart.
dagger to the heart.
Because
Yeah,
it's like, it is such a valuable job. Your company, every business needs some sort of marketing to push the brand out there.
yeah, yeah.
And I don't think many people realize that.
No, and to do it at a good standard, you need someone who knows the brand inside and out
Yeah.
to really be able to research exactly what their audience want to see. And I think sometimes I question, is this a real job? Because sometimes I'm literally scrolling LinkedIn to see what's going on in the sector. Like, that doesn't feel like a real job, but
Yeah.
it is. It's research. It is research. Like, I feel like sometimes when they pass my desk and they see what I'm doing, and it's putting together a meme or it's working on Canva, testing some fonts out, it looks so crap. But that's a job. Like somebody has to do
Yeah,
that.
literally.
But sometimes I question, maybe it's because I enjoy doing it. Like it don't feel like a job because I enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
So aspire to that, people, because that's how you win. Work's not work when
No,
you enjoy it.
exactly. Like you enjoy getting up and going every day because you know you're going to be doing something you love.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. So people might not understand marketing, but that's kind of our job to educate.
Yeah.
But again, a lot of the proof is in the pudding. Until something performs really well, or you get like a massive fee from something, which you can't always line up. Marketing is going to get you this business. It doesn't work like that, but
No.
it's going to build to get you that business.
Yeah.
But it's hard to explain that to people who are not aware and people who are very closed off. Some people, when I got into this job, a lot of people were really for it. They were coming to me with all these ideas and they really wanted to work with me, but some people would just stay clear.
Yeah.
So it's just you learn to see how you can get in with certain people, even if it takes a bit of a longer route.
What's one piece of advice that anyone should know before getting into the industry?
I mentioned it briefly, but just keep learning, keep taking every experience as a lesson. that's for every part of your life. I feel like when you are this age, early 20s, I could go into a lot of detail, but they are the most turbulent time because you're establishing yourself as an individual. You're not in a cohort anymore. You're not in a class. You're not in a course. You are one person in a field of so many different people. You have to establish yourself and to keep learning and to keep developing your own skills and taking that with you is the most important thing, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm only 21. Like, I'm acting like I've been on this planet for 400 years, but it can sometimes feel like you're in the middle of nowhere and you don't really know what you're doing. But as long as you keep trying to learn and trying to understand the world around you, that's so philosophical. Maybe that's my new career. Maybe I should do a quiz on it. And
Maybe.
that should be my new career.
Find a new quiz. So thank you so much for coming on the pod. I had such a brilliant time getting to know you, Liv, and thank you so much for telling us your story.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for listening and watching Behind the Algorithm. If you would like to keep updated, you can follow us over on Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn at Behind the Algorithm. Also, you can subscribe to us here on YouTube and also on Spotify to be notified when a new episode drops.